Does anyone else remember Sleeping Warrior? Yeah, he used to make videos like all the time with like eggs and floating and density, and then forgetting to work out density, that gravity is quite handy for that. But yeah, he lost his channel and then now he just does comments. So we're going to look at one of his comments because, yeah. So pour the drink. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Sarcastic Barman. Welcome to the channel. And yes, we're looking at something completely and utterly and stupendously different. Simple comments. I know. We don't have to point and laugh at anyone. Well, you can still point and laugh at them. They're just not going to be in video form for you to laugh at. I thought it was a nice break from the absolute goddamn stupidity of last week's video with the moon landing deniers. So I thought this would break up the monotony with someone we've not heard from in a very, very long time. And that is, of course, Sleeping Warrior. Now, I was browsing Nathan Oakley's channel the other week. Yeah, I know. Fucking stupid. And there was a thing for Flatzoid. But one of the comments in there was about maps and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, Sleeping Warrior mentioned that all maps are flat earth maps. So I thought we'd mention this. Yeah, and then we got a reply of this. And then I thought, well, we can't leave it at that, really. So now we'll have to go to this. And then we got this. Now, I do realise that some of those clips weren't up long enough for people to read. Luckily, pause on YouTube exists. It's just a bit annoying if you're at the premiere. But other than that, feel free, go back, pause, reread. We will be addressing the comments in these comments. But so, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, we thought we'd break down Anthony's claims in his comment and see what holds fast and what just falls apart to fucking buggery. So for some people, you're going to be like, I ain't watching this. It's just going to be Barman talking shit. Hi! For other people, you might love this. And yes, I am drunk. Now, would you look at that? Comments on screen long enough so you can actually read them. Even though I'm going to sort of read them now anyway, because that's the sort of person I am. I'm so caring. Now, all these comments stem from the fact that someone pointed out that maps are maps and Flat Earth has no map. Anthony Riley pointed out that all maps are Flat Earth maps and they're all based on a Flat Earth. So we thought we'd ask some sort of sensible questions to go with it. About the distances around Antarctica being less than the distance around the equator. I mean, doesn't sort of fit with a flat earth, does it? It should be much, much, much greater the degree of like 50,000 odd miles, well, 50,000 odd kilometers. So yeah, that doesn't really work. And Anthony does, fair play to him, ask what evidence and things would you take? And we thought, well, Flight Pass and the Vlendi Globe boat race, because two of those are quite handy that flights arrive when they're supposed to, and boats know how much fuel to take when they're going to arrive because, yeah, they know the distances involved. This did lead then to this. So let's break this comment down, take the points and address them one by one. And I think the first point we've got here is no flights take that route. Now, I don't think he means there's no Southern Hemisphere flights, because that would just be moronically stupid. And even I give Sleeping Warrior more credit than that. I think he obviously means there's no flight from the east of Australia to the west of Australia while constantly going all the way around the Earth, for example. Not that there are other flights that work with that. So let's have a look at that one first and see what Southern Hemisphere flight paths there are.
Several days later.
Now the scary thing is I started this video about a week ago. and I was a bit drunk. I'm now sober, so this is even less fun than it was to start with. But we've pulled up some details and things of flights. And yeah, they don't really work for Flat Earth, because we could look at QF64, which flies from Johannesburg to Sydney. It's a 12-hour and 15-minute flight. Well, the one on Wednesday was. It's now Thursday as I'm recording this, so that'll do. It's a 787 Dreamliner with an average speed of about 570 miles an hour. So that would give it the range of 6,982 miles. And maps tell us that the distance between Johannesburg and Sydney is 6,860 miles. So that sort of fits, really. Unless Sleeping Warrior is going to say that planes fly 2-3 times faster than they say they can, in which case we need some evidence for that. But if that wasn't bad enough, we look at other flights. Now, unfortunately, the QF27 direct from Sydney to Santiago doesn't seem to be flying anymore, so we've looked at the QF3877. It's a 14-hour flight, but it does stop at Auckland. Now, from Auckland, though, to Santiago is 11 hours. An average speed of that one says it's about 560 miles an hour over those 11 hours, giving us a distance of 6,160 miles. Now, maps give us a distance between Auckland and Santiago at just under 6,000 miles. So that's quite fitting. Again, if you're going to say that planes can travel much, 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 much faster than they're listed as, please give the examples and details to that. Now, we do run into one slight problem, though, and that's flights from South America to South Africa, because there doesn't really seem to be any. Luckily, we have cruise ships. So we looked at the Regent cruise that went from Wallis Bay in Nambia to Jamestown and then over to Rio de Janeiro. It spends 210 hours physically at sea. The rest of the time is in dock on its cruise, and that is fine. We've taken an average speed of 23 miles per hour or 20 knots because that's the average speed of a cruise ship, which would give us a distance of 4,830 miles, which is far in excess of the distance listed on the maps, which would be about 3,800 miles. But that would also be assuming that this cruise ship that says it's leaving the port at 4 o'clock, within that hour is actually out in sea and isn't being guided out of docks and ports and things like that and making sure it arrives on time. So yeah, I think that's quite fitting for all those things. So with those flights and that cruise, none of that seems to fit with this ever-increasing distance around Earth as you get further south from the equator. I mean, if the ice wall was 10,000 miles away from the North Pole, that would give us a 62,000 mile circumference on Earth, which doesn't seem to fit with the few thousand miles that we've had so far in distances. Now, we did also mention the Vendée boat race, which Sleepy's response was, well, it's not really what you say it is, it's more like a slalom and things. Okay, it's a 24,000 mile slalom that starts from France, goes round Antarctica and comes back up to France. Right, in a sailboat. But no, it obviously doesn't do what I say it does. It doesn't go around Antarctica like they say it does. So we're going to need evidence from you that it doesn't circumnavigate the Earth via Antarctica in the south in 80 days on sailboats doing an average speed of around 12 miles per hour, because these boats can reach up to 30 knots, I will be fair, which is about 34 miles per hour, which then over the time they're at sea would give you a distance around 65,000 miles, which is closer to what you need just to go around Antarctica, let alone from Antarctica to France and back. So, yeah, I think really, Sleepy, you need some evidence to support your claims that, 1, boats are faster, 2, planes are faster, and 3, that the Vendée boat race doesn't go around Antarctica or something. Not too sure what your point was supposed to be on that one. Now I think this will do on what was originally planned to just be a nice short video. It probably would have been shorter if I wasn't so drunk in the first section, but I'm not letting all that lazy ass work of drink go to waste by re-recording it, because then the video wouldn't be ready for Friday. So yeah, there is that. But there are more to the comments. He did go on about the Antarctica expeditions and Cook and stuff like that, and we can look more into that if people are interested in that. I am going to do the moon landing guy video for next week, finish that one off, so it would be the week after. But you never know, we might have had a reply off Sleepy by then, with possible evidence on how flights are faster and things. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either, but we can wait and see, can't we? Now, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me on this video of strangeness tonight, a bit of a different one. Hopefully see you all on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Big thank you to everyone who helps make these videos possible, members, Patreons, liking, commenting, anything like that helps these videos go along. Apart from that, I had a present. I got a plant with my face on. One of my friends came up to see us. Another reason why there was no video last week, we had company. So, thank you very much. Good night.